Hello, what is up guys? Emon from Peso Smart Page here. Welcome sa panibagong episode. Shout out to all the podcast listeners as well. I appreciate you all. Today, let's talk about reading books. So, majority of my life, I haven't been the biggest fan of reading books. So, of course, when I was in school, I was required to read books. So, aside from those academic books, I haven't really read anything. Then back in 2021, my friend Yo gave me or loaned me two of her books. So the first one is Outliers. Then the second one is Ego is the Enemy. So Outliers is by Malcolm Gladwell, and then Ego is the Enemy is by Ryan Holiday. Then 2021, I believe November ako nag-start basahin yung Outliers. And then it took me a couple of months actually to finish that book. And Outliers naman, I was very interested and very curious about that book. Kasi dun ko din natutunan or nalaman or na-discover yung 10,000 hours. So yung 10,000 hours, yung concept na yun is kailangan mong mag-practice or mag-render ng 10,000 hours before you can actually say na you're not actually a master but you're really proficient dun sa bagay nila. For example, sa akin is music. So, playing the guitar. So, I believe accumulatively, like from the first time I played the guitar back when I was in grade 5. So, that was, what was that? Probably, what age pa yung grade 5? Probably 12 years old. So, that was 15, 16 years ago. And then, mas nagustuhan ko actually yung book ni Ryan Holiday na Ego is the Enemy. And mas mabilis kong natapos yon in comparison to Outliers, which I finished nga in a couple of months. And then yung Ego is the Enemy, I believe it took me about 2-3 weeks. And that was back in 2021 and early 2022. So, 2021, isa lang yung nabasa ko na libro. And then, pagdating ng 2022, doon na ako medyo na-hook. And next kong binasa is yung Meditations. And doon ako na-hook din sa Stoicism and sa philosophy. Meditations, I believe I read that in a couple of days lang. So, about 3-4 days lang natapos ko na yung meditation kasi I couldn't put it down. And eventually, dumami. And by the end of 2022, I finished 10 books. Then last year lang, 2023, I was able to read about 34 books. So, if you calculate that, around 0.6 book yung nabasa ko per week. So, we can say na one book every 2 weeks yung nababasa ko last year. And my goal or I intend to beat that number of books this year. And currently, ilan na ba ako? Nakadalawa na ako, I believe. Yeah. Perennial seller. Actually, dapat last year ko pa yung supposedly last book ko for 2023. But I wasn't able to finish it kasi we went to the province, and there wasn't really enough free time, para magbasa doon since there are a lot of kids and I was with my friends and family. Then, sinimulan ko after nun, binasa ko yung Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is, I didn't really like it. Actually, reread na yun. And yeah, in summary, hindi ko siya masyado nagustuhan. And medyo weird lang na walang index, walang bibliography, walang footnotes, and walang citation ng sources. So parang sinasabi sa'yo nung author, which is si Robert Kiyosaki, na lahat to nang galing sa akin. Which is very weird. But yeah, currently I'm reading this book from Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. Okay, hindi ko lang din na-appreciate na ganda ng camera ng iPhone. So iPhone 13 yung Pro Max yung ginagamit ko. And since mini-mirror ko lang dito sa OBS sa PC ko para makapture. But ang ganda. Nagpo-focus siya ng kanya. Nag-autofocus. But yeah, anyway. And so you can see there, medyo kabila pa. Ito. Yan. Meron couple of books there. And yun yung mga books at natapos ko recently. And I intend to make a summary of those books. Not really a summary, but ina-apply ko yung note-taking system ni Ryan Holiday. So from, again, 1 book 2021, 10 books 2022, and then 34 books 2023, and hopefully more this 2024. So paano ba na develop yung habit ng reading? So it's just simple. You just have to allocate time every single day para magbasa. And dapat yung binabasa nyo is very curious kayo and very interested kayo dun sa topic. So for example, like gusto mo lang bumili ng isang bestseller dahil binabasa siya ng karamihan, yun din yung babasahin mo. It won't really encourage you to pick up that book every day. Kasi kung hindi ka interested sa topic, then hindi mo siya gagawin every single day. You know, that won't make any sense. You're not interested in the topic. Like for example, yung interest mo is, sabihin natin na basketball player ka. Bakit ka maglalaro everyday ng soccer or ng football or American football kung basketball player ka, di ba? So, it just makes sense na you will practice basketball every single day kasi you're a professional basketball player. So, same thing din sa pagbabasa. You have to choose a book na you're really into. So, for me, since nagsimula nga doon sa mga philosophy books, so Stoicism, marami na akong nabasa. So, pakita ko na rin sa inyo actually. So, ito yung list ko from 2021. Mga natapos ko na books and meron ako ditong rating for each book na nabasa ko. And nung 2023 pala, last year, nagkaroon na rin ng variation yung mga binabasa ko kasi before, puro non-fiction yung binabasa ko. So, nagbasa na rin ako ng mga fictional books. So, I'm a big fan of George R. R. Martin. So, una kong nabasa was yung Fire and Blood. So, medyo weird lang kasi, well, hindi naman siya masyado nakaka-apekto rin kung inuna mo yung Fire and Blood. Instead of going for the main series of books nung A Song of Ice and Fire, which is itong Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, and Storm of Swords, and Feast for Crows, and lastly yung A Dance with Dragons. So kita nyo dito, nagsingit lang ako ng isa, Ikigai. Kasi ang bilis lang din na ito nabasa. So natapos yung A Clash of Kings ng April 3, 2023, and then napatapos ko rin yung Ikigai after 3 days lang, April 6. Nakita nyo, medyo matagal kasi mahaba yung A Storm of Swords. So, April 28 ko na siya natapos. Yun pala, nagsingit din ako, Intelligent Investor. So, ito medyo nahirapan din akong basahin kasi medyo luma na rin yung book. Although, may what do you call this? May parang commentary from this person na medyo may perspective, may modern perspective in comparison sa author, which is si Benjamin Graham. Siyempre, mas matanda na siya. But, yung perspective niya is like early 2000s pa. So, it's not really, yung core principles is still applicable today, but not everything is applicable today. So, natagalan ako doon almost a month. Well, more than a month bago ako natapos yan. And then, it took me another month para sa Feast for Crows, and then another month for A Dance with Dragons. So yeah. So again, choose a topic na interested ka. So, balik tayo sa akin, philosophy, psychology, natutuwa din ako doon. And kung babasa kayo, wag yung sobrang technical lang din na book. Like, for example, yung Thinking Fast and Slow, hindi naman siya super technical. But if you read this first, medyo matatagal ka talagang basahin kasi may mga lines, may mga paragraphs, may mga sentences na you have to reread a couple of times before it makes sense in your head. Or maybe that's just me. But yeah, probably you'll have the same experience. Pero syempre iba't iba tayo ng cognitive capacity or function. And then yung mga luma, like for example, yung The Prince. So, anong tawag doon? Penguin Classic to, I believe. So, hindi pa siya translated into like the modern language that we use today. So, yung mga words na minsan hindi tayo sobrang familiar. And then yung kumaga phrasing ng ibang sentences or ng ibang lines or paragraphs, hindi sobrang nagme-make sense din. So, for example, interested ka sa psychology, maybe you can start off with The Art of Thinking Clearly. Nasaan na yan? The Art of ito. By Rolf Dobelli. And sobrang dali ding basahin itong The Art of Thinking Clearly kasi hindi siya parang chapters. Well, chapters din siya, but it's like 2 or 3 pages lang for every chapter. So parang kung nahirapan kang magbasa ng dire-diretso, like for example, for an hour straight, kasi I struggle with that before. And ngayon, madali na lang yun para sa akin. Like, mabilis na rin yung 1 hour na diretsong nagbabasa. So, yung The Art of Thinking Clearly, pagka binasa mo yun, like, you can just read for 5-10 minutes. And then, pwede ka nang tumigil kasi tapos na essentially yung isang chapter, yung isang idea. And another tip is try to fold pages. So, kita nyo dito. Hold on. Okay, naging dalawa ako. Yan. So, I try to fold pages. So, sinusunod ko yung advice or tips din. Paano ba to? Yan. Nagpo-fold ako ng pages. Para lang mabilis ko mababalikan yung mga quotes or ideas na mga remarkable quotes or quotable quotes sa isang libro. And nagno-notes din ako kasi ang dami rin dito. Like for example, yung gorilla experiment. Like I believe dito lang yun sa recent chapter, but I'm not sure if So yung gorilla experiment ni Dr. Daniel Simons, in which may nagpapasa ng bola doon sa video, and I believe there are couple of people. Then biglang ang task kasi nung mga nanonood is bibilangin mo kung ilang beses pinasa yung bola. And then hindi nila napapansin since we can only focus on like 1 or 2, actually 1 lang talaga, 1 item or 1 activity at a time. Kaya sinasabi rin na delikadong, for example, mag-phone or mag-text or kahit pag-usap lang while you're driving kasi nga sobrang limited talaga nung focus natin. So dun sa test na yun, habang nagpapasa ng bola yung mga tao, may isang gorilla na pumunta sa gitna and then parang nag-action gorilla. So pinapump niya yung chest niya and then parang sumisigaw siya, but konti lang yung nakapansin. Actually, halos lahat nung nagbibilang nung passes, hindi napansin yung gorilla na yun. So unless hindi ka nakafocus talaga dun sa bagay na hindi mo siya mapapansin. Lalo na if we have like a task at hand, which in this case nga is yung pagbibilang ng pasa. So yeah. And then may isa rin lang na-relate dito na about Marcus Aurelius. Kasi where's that? So for example, like merong treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. So, sinabi kasi ni Marcus Aurelius before na we love ourselves more than other people but we value their opinions more than our own. And then, dito naman sinasabi na kung tayo yung iinom ng gamot para so that we can get better. Minsan hindi natin ginagawa yun. But we will make sure na yung ibang tao, or like for example, people we love, or even pets, our pets, that we also love, we're gonna make sure na they take their medicine. Because, it's for their own good. But it's kind of hard to apply para sa sarili mo. So, maybe, we like other people more or love them more than ourselves. That's why we value their opinions more than our own opinions. So, yun lang. Nakatuwa lang na may mga nabasa ka na before na, mababasa mo lang ulit dun sa bagong book na binabasa mo currently. So, isang advantage yun sa paglagay ng notes dun sa libro. So, sinabi nga rin ni Ryan Holiday na you need to devour, hindi naman need, but you can devour the book and you can fold pages, especially yung sobrang nag-resonate sa inyo na mga lines, na mga quotes. Sabi din siyang balik-balikan. And yun pala, kailangan nyo rin, hindi naman kailangan, you can reread books. Sometimes people, they're saying, nabasa ko na, hindi ko na kailangan basahin ulit. But you can never step on the same river twice. For example, binasa ko yung Meditations 2022. And I've already read it for about, I believe, 3 times. Yeah, I read it once in 2022. And I read it twice last year, 2023. Yeah, 3 times na. So, August 15, 2022. And then, Meditations 2 no March 10. And then, before the year ended last year, December 12, binasa ko ulit yung Meditations. Kasi, you're not the same person a year ago compared to who you are now. So, yung perspective mo is nagbabago. And of course, you're growing as a person. You're changing as a person. Change is the only constant in this world and in our universe. So, para mag-grow ka and para matuto ka, you have to change. You have to change your mind. You have to change your perspective. You have to not necessarily change your beliefs, but you have to improve them. And yeah, malaking value na bibigay nung rereading books. And nakatuwa din na mabasa yung mga notes mo before. Kasi medyo, nung una pala ako nagbabasa, medyo short-sighted yung mga sinusulat ko doon. Na ito yung opinion ko about that 2 years ago. And then, nung binasa ko ulit, sabi ko, maybe I was wrong. So, something like that. So, yun yung benefit ng pag-read ng books. Probably that's a topic for another video that we can explore. So, yun lang. I just wanted to share to you guys how I became a reader from being a non-reader for the longest time. And it can really help with your attention span. Especially now, diba, in TikTok, YouTube Shorts, like 1-minute videos lang yung kinoconsume natin every single day. And parang na-overload tayo ng information. Kasi sobrang dali lang, mag-scroll ka lang. But you're not really retaining anything. So, yes, na-entertain ka at that moment. But you won't be able to use it like in the long run. And sometimes nga, if we see, like for example, a video that's 20 minutes long, 30 minutes long, minsan tinatamad na tayong panoorin yun kasi sobrang haba. Siguro merong summary nito or merong, gist lang. So, dapat hindi tayo satisfied dun sa gist lang. So, we have to dig deeper so that we can think for ourselves. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. I'll see you on the next one. Always remember, be Peso smart.